Well, hello, guys. Welcome back to Red Lentil Healing. Doing another pre-recorded session tonight because I was just reading about Spotify. Looks like they've actually offered him him as if you know who the hell I'm talking about. Looks like they offered Joe Rogan another contract, and they're actually doubling down on their decision to keep him on air, saying that silencing voices is a slippery slope. For those of you who are possibly have lived under a rock, I'm going to explain what's going on and why I'm going to take a look at this topic. Because what I want to look at is this actually, what's going to be the actual relationship in the future between Spotify and Joe Rogan? Especially if, and then depending on that answer, I want to maybe do another dive on top of that as to what would be the straw that breaks the camel's back that would influence their relationship. Because I mean, obviously it's going to be money, but will the money be so tight? Will there be so many consequences that they're going to have to do something about this? Here's how it's going on. So Neil Young, I just forgot her name, and it was so funny because I could remember her name. Joni Mitchell, there you go. Neil Young and Joni Mitchell were like, pull our music. Joe Rogan is putting out misinformation about about our current health, at this point, endemic, the pandemic that is here, and he's spreading misinformation. We are not with this, especially as two children of polio survivors. We are going to pull our music. Spotify said, pull it. Who gonna check us, boo? Do what you want to do. Which caused this initial ban Spotify, and a lot of people were like, okay, I'm gonna start canceling my Spotify subscription, which caused a little bit of a bump, but not really. Spotify was like, you ain't gotta do nothing. Here's where it got a little trickier. Then India Ari, who is an R&B singer, absolutely fabulous, just as Neil Young and Joni Mitchell are fabulous as well. India Ari took it upon herself to go, and she posted how Joe Rogan has used racial epithets, particularly a very vile and horrific word against Black people. She posted what was, I believe, like a 2 to 3 minute montage of this man using the N-word roughly around 42 to 43 times over the past several years. That is what's funny. Once that went out, that actually caused way more vitriol and outrage than the pandemic misinformation. Here's where the slope gets a little slippier. It did not necessarily cause outrage between the African Americans, because we don't listen to Joe Rogan anyway. I hate to generalize, and I understand that Black people are not monolithic, but I'm take one for the team and just say that's just not our particular type of podcast content. The reason why Spotify even made Joe Rogan apologize is because, again, it was white people who were pissed and more pissed about Joe Rogan using the N-word, because now they cannot be classified and grouped with racism. Spotify made him apologize. He put out that ho-hum half-ass apology, and they said, okay, you can go ahead and go on, and we're going to go ahead. All of this is giving us more buzz, so we're going to go ahead and the article I just read on The Verge said that they're going to even up his contract. So, but here's the thing. They did that, and then now there's even more backlash, because now people are like, oh my God, you're still rewarding this? And it's causing more fury. So they're now, the more they kind of let him get a pass, the more they continue to get more backlash. So that's where we are right now. I want to take a look and see what is their relationship going to be like. And then from there, I want to see if there's going to be anything that will finally cause them to sever ties, or maybe censor him a little bit more. Maybe tell him, if you keep saying the N-word and putting out disinformation, we may have to start backing, pulling you. I'm wondering too, and keep in mind, the reason they made him apologize about the N-words because it was sponsorship dollars that started getting, backing started to get pulled. So always about the money, right? Never about the humanity. I just want to see what the relationship is, and then we may pull some more cards depending on, because I just want to see. Keep in mind, if this was anybody else, they would have been pulled. I just can guarantee you. Even if they had the clout in air quotes, the follower, the subscribership that he had, there would still be more consequences. I'm wondering, what is it particularly about their relationship that's causing this to be a pass? First, we got a change in perspective with the Hanged Man, or it's a self-sacrifice. The challenge goes to Queen of Wands, finding that support to take that action. We've got confusion, Seven of Cups at the base of this. Two of Cups, so that could have been their relationship in the past. They were very chum-chum, him-hoey. They saw eye to eye on a lot of things, so that's in the past position, however. Nine of Cups, though, kind of wanting to be independent, and confused. So that kind of explains, too, if you look at the Verge article, I'm going to put a link to that article down in the details. The Verge is kind of hinting on this, that Spotify kind of is more confused now on what to do than they were in the beginning of all of this drama. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, because if we start, Spotify's trying to claim if we start censoring him, then we're gonna have to start censoring other people. But other podcast content owners on Spotify, like, y'all have been censoring us. I have a friend she helps produce podcasts on Spotify, and they have a list of rules all the time that they've got to follow. So I think that's kind of BS, but let's continue to see what's going on. In the here and now is the Hierophant. There's going to have to be somebody or something that steps in. The Sun, so there's some illumination in the emotions, and the Tower is in the word of warning. If you're wondering what happened, my light just went out, so I apologize. But the environment is the Tower. So something's blowing up, getting ready to blow up. Could be the drama and the controversy now. The word of warning is justice, though. I'm wondering if Spotify is either going to sue him, or they may get sued for allowing this to continue. And the outcome is the Empress. That's so funny. Empress is creating something new, but this is saying delays will be necessary. It's funny how that's the definition, but there's something that's going to come from this. I want to pull High Priestess, kind of a secret, resources, and heartbreak. I think, honestly, they're looking at this relationship differently, because the question was, what is their relationship? They're kind of how they view Rogan, and their relationship may start to be on a little bit of thin ice, because what I think they're seeing is them condoning this is causing a little bit more controversy and backlash than it is helping. Because it's not about the subscribers. I don't think enough subscribers are going to quit. It is the Nick, and I think, again, with the justice, I think there may be some legal action or something that may come in that's going to cause a change in this relationship. What's funny is I did this reading previously, and I was going to record it, and I started doing it, and then I got a phone call, so I had to stop. I got a lot of the same cards. They're now just in different positions, but it's telling a very similar story, which is... but the outcome the last time was the Hanged Man. There's going to be a change in perspective. This time it's starting with the Hanged Man. So there's going to be something that this is going to cause a little bit more shock waves in how they view this business relationship. What is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Or will there even be? It seems like there's already something new that's starting to happen. Between how they're going to work together, but it could even just be we let him continue to go on. We'll kind of look at him differently, or put some more new disclaimers that this guy says what he wants, and this is not a reflection of Spotify. But let's see if and what will cause Spotify to take a different tune or action. So we're already seeing some strain in the professional relationship. But is there going to be something that makes them kind of go, yeah, bruh, nah. Nah, I keep grabbing that card, so I'm going to grab it anyway. Let's just take a look, shall we? 9, 10, I had 10. Okay. Alrighty, we're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles. So there is going to be something, and it has to do with money. All right, so the money. The moon, though, we haven't seen it come to light yet, and it may be something that we may not see for a while. Deception, there's delays. There's something, I think, the Empress remembers how we ended the last reading. I'm wondering if they're already starting to kind of get their ducks in a row to go, okay, so if we did this, how would it look? That is the challenge. Two of Wands, starting to set some plans. Two of Pentacles, having to juggle. In the past, they've been having to juggle this relationship very recently. Having to take a step back. So yeah, they may actually are trying to think of a plan on how to get him to either quit or stop saying things. Remember, the Queen of Wands was the challenge in the last reading, that finding that support to supportive action to do. This is now actually in the near future, so maybe they may find something. The straw has broken the camel's back. The Magician, resources, Six of Swords in the environment, having to walk away, coming with a higher ground. The Hierophant, so again, remember how this was, the Hierophant was in the here and now in the last reading. So here's in the word of warning. This position, what's the outcome? The Two of Cups. Ha ha ha. The relationship actually may stay, they may part amicably. Queen of Cups, supporting emotion. Three of Wands, that plan action and the new thought. So what they may end up doing is, I think, because this is what I keep, when I get the Magician, I keep hearing the money and the resources that comes in. But something's going to cause them to have to walk away, or somebody going to have to walk away. I say long and short, they may part as friends, or they may come up with, they're coming up with a plan. And I think this is the CEO, because I remember when I pulled it and got the Hierophant the last time I heard CEO. It's a word of warning. They are trying to think of how to do this. They're coming up with a plan on how to get him to, because this is the plan. And new thoughts. So here's the thing. If he does stay on, there's not going to be much that breaks the camel's back. What the camel's back, we'll probably not see it, is some type of, he may like not do as many shows, or do shows in the background, and then all of a sudden just start to quit. Or he may have to take says he's taking a hiatus and then comes back new and improved or whatever. But yeah, there's something, it will come. I just don't know, because again, having to walk away in the environment, go to higher ground. The thing that's very interesting, though, is this Two of Cups, because remember, that was in the past in the last reading, and this is the outcome. He still's got some courage, some favor on the inside. There's still people who are like behind him and have his back. So what they're going to do is just allow, he's going to get a golden parachute. I said all that to say a golden parachute, because I couldn't think of how to say it. Now it came to me. He may get a little bit of a golden parachute, some kind of easy out, if they even come to that. But they're already thinking about it. They're trying to set up a plan on what to do, how to lay low, and how to get their exit strategy together if it gets to that point. But birds of a feather flock together. It's always about money, and we saw that's how it started. This whole reading started with looking at the money and not the morality. But I said that earlier. It's always going to come down to money and not morality. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you later in the week for our Friday non-political reads. Until then, take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.